for money. I'm Love Flow Joe chasing the check. I'm really gonna run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Calm moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Calm moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. I'm really just running for money. I'm Love Flow Joe chasing the check. I'm really gonna run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Calm moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Calm moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Bigger the bag, bigger the beef, bigger the problem, bigger the be one of the all in the same. Broke at the end of the month, flow Joe, kill mo, run it up, keep clean. Never let them touch, fits like temper tantrums. Girl, come back that up, all in the club, and bring all your girlfriends. Girl hopping up about a Pearl 6 Louis speed bag glued to her wrist. She was getting paid, she ain't think a thing, but she was thinking slay. We blade thicker than a snigger bay. Talking about.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach, and you're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be an intriguing matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Oakland Raiders. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Oakland Raiders. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They come in off a loss in the season opener, which doubled as the home opener.
And when you lose that way, at home, season opener, it almost feels like two losses. So it's a big fight to get yourselves ready to go to play the next week.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they come off a good win in the opener on the road, and they get a second road game here.
Yeah, the schedule makers didn't really do them any favors, but if they can win here and get to 2-0 on the road, they could be well set up for the rest of the year.
And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their quarterback standing at 6'2" from Eastern Illinois. It's Jimmy Garoppolo.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Now a play fake here on first down. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The stop was made by Jannard Avery. Yeah, the offensive starters here for the Raiders.
One of the things I like to do when I'm scouting players is talk to those who knew him before. And I ended up finding out that Amari Cooper has been like a professional route runner since the time he was 6 or 7 years old. Has always taken the game seriously, has always worked on his craft, and you see evidence of that each and every week on an NFL field. Couple that with his athletic ability, that's one big reason he's finding himself open in the NFL.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow.
Well, certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? 3rd and very long? Let's go get this guy again. Big time pressure.
On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Throwing, Mayfield, and incomplete there. A nice hit, jars the ball free, and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands. Guess what? Creates a lot of confusion. It's kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. The Browns send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Fielded at the 43. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And they'll run it here. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers. Well, look now at the starters on the defensive side for the Browns. They were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
They go play action here on first down. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Amari Cooper, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. Those are the touchdowns that aren't just scored on Sundays or on Monday night. Those are the ones that are scored during the week because they had that preparation and a great route run.
Oh, I love that observation because you don't just roll out on game day and say, okay, go run this route and let's get it done. That means exactly what you said. The practice had to occur beforehand, which led to the timing, which led to the touchdown.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Browns getting set to go. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Here we go now.
Mayfield on play action. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
3rd and short yardage, Mayfield. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field. And that brings up 4th.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
To throw is Garoppolo. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And a nice spin into some open field. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a 2nd down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Toward the pylon, caught. And he is out of bounds here. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a 1st down.
When an offense reads blitz, Doesn't matter where it's coming from. Tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Oh, it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to second and goal. They get it to him running left. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Not only was that a terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, that gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back.
And they're breathing fire a little bit right now, aren't they?
A lot of confidence being shown by them at this point of the game.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Raiders add on to their lead.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on third and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Telvin Smith that time there to make the play.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that.
Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6. From the gun, Mayfield. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now a handoff looking right. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Here's Mayfield. That's complete over the middle to Callaway. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. To throw, Mayfield. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he picks up the 1st as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
They'll run with Chubb. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Watch it now, Barney!
He's going to get it running right. Oh, a nice spin. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
The Browns on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and goal.
Watch it now, Barney!
They'll give it to Chubb. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. They converted once earlier on this opening drive, but now comes a big test. 4th and goal. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. They'll run for it. Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Browns score. Nick Chubb, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. Showing some grits and some guts going for it there. 4th and goal, pounding it in.
And being rewarded for that confidence in the team, huh? The coach saying, let's go ahead and get this. And how about the guys up front firing out, finding a little bit of a crack for them to get through? Touchdown. I love it.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Amari Cooper and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here.
He's got daylight. The 40, the 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And an alley to run. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. A 1st down throw for Mayfield. Throwing the slant pattern here complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. The Browns trying to get back and set quickly here. Time ticking away. Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Mayfield looks to throw. That's taken in by Callaway. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. They go play action. Mayfield, he'll rifle this one deep right side. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the 1st half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. A second down throw for Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. The Browns on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. Going to the air again with Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. 4th down, Mayfield. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've reached halftime here in Oakland with the Raiders on top. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando, standing by with that EA. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
You got to feel a little bit for the defense there. They've done a terrific job all day long holding this guy in check. But that might have been the run to break things out for him, maybe turn things around. Now he's going to have some confidence, and maybe he'll get to his normal yardage.
Now let's go!
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Mayfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. Joseph. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go.
Play action. Garoppolo. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now Garoppolo throwing on second. And this is going to be incomplete. Jabril Peppers, the former first-round pick, there on the coverage.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
The Raiders on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. His pass caught at the 4. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want, but I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Second down, Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Mayfield off the play fake. He's going to fire one deep. Middle. He's got a man. Complete. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are back within a score. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. Ebron's got it. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Wide open receiver, complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 11 more on that one, and another first down. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here, and just load up for it and see what happens.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
21. Like 20. 180.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Mayfield on 1st down. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Now they'll run it on the toss. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite an excellent display of footwork. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the third quarter. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in the East Bay. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
All right, here we go.
Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Mayfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Pass interference. Defense.
Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
First down, Mayfield. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Heck of a move, and then brought down near the 23. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, he'll force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Pass interference. Defense.
Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call. But for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Mayfield now on second down. Eluding the pressure right. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Raiders pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It's a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Wide open receiver complete. And Owen coughed it up.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here. Not done in the fourth. Mayfield now. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Handoff comes to Chubb. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And again, it's Chubb. And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now the Browns get ready as they head back out there. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And on the ground they go with a running back. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Here we go. Like 20. Let's go one more. Shift.
And they'll run it here. Twisting away. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. On play action, now Garoppolo. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Touchdown pass number 4 of the afternoon for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Raiders add on to their lead.
Things are rocking easy here in the 4th quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt, and here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking...
And down he goes, brought down a Raiders sack. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Mayfield to throw it. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Ryan Poole that time there to get a hand on it.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just drop to it.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Got to be careful here. They need to move quickly, but it's also 4th. off by Brian Poole. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. On fourth down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, fourth down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here we go. 180.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a pickup of 13, and with that 13 yards, this ball game just about over.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Here we go. 180.
Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to